it is definitely not a first option. Your first option is to trust your hands and trust your training, because let's be honest, like if you're an infielder, you're not training by taking balls off the chest. That's not what your training looks like. Your training looks like using your hands. Now in the games, it's time to trust it and use them hands. What's good, guys? Welcome to yet another video. This one dedicated to help you unlearn things you might have picked up throughout your baseball journey. Now, if you're making these mistakes, it's all good. Let's fix those mistakes, all right? If you guys don't know already, my name is Coach Cal from Time Is Now Baseball. Without further ado, let's get into this video. We're gonna go straight into number one. Number one thing you should unlearn is long distance warm-ups. Now, while this does loosen up our body and get our blood flowing, this is not the optimal thing to do. Within that time, you can actually be doing something that's gonna greater benefit you as a baseball player. Now, for example, instead of running laps, let's try to do some more dynamic warm-ups, and let's get creative with it, because we're trying to mimic movements we're gonna do in practice or in the game. So these movements you see on your screen are all movements that you're gonna be seeing throughout the training session. So let's make sure we're training things that's gonna help us. Now, we talk about fast twitch muscle and slow twitch muscle. You're trying to convert as much muscle into fast twitch muscle as you can, because fast twitch muscle makes you explosive. Now in baseball, you need explosion. You have less than a second to hit a fastball. You're playing on the field, somebody hits you a ground ball. You have less than 4 seconds to catch and throw the guy out. I got a whole hurdle series that we do in our training camps. If you guys want to see that, leave a comment down below. Boom. Boom. Right now we're about to go take grounders, and then we're gonna move on to number 2. All right, let's get it. Here we are on the left side, the strong side. Left side of the infield. So you hear this advice to try to get the younger athlete to keep the ball in front of them, or just not be afraid of the ball and just take it off the chest, right? Those are definitely kind of like your last resort options, but you don't want to rely on them. What you want to rely on instead are your hands, because this thing called the internet has a bunch of hand drills and hand inspiration. So the resources are infinite. You can find these drills anywhere. If you don't have them, I'm gonna leave it down in the link below, where you can see some hand series that we do out here in New York. Stop, Yonkers. While bodying up is not out of the equation, it is definitely not a first option. Your first option is to trust your hands and trust your training, because let's be honest, like if you're an infielder, you're not training by taking balls off the chest. That's not what your training looks like. Your training looks like using your hands. Now in the games, it's time to trust it and use them hands. You probably heard this along your baseball journey as well. Mistake number 3 is L step and throw. L means you're making an L with your throwing arm, you're pointing your glove at your target, and you're stepping and you're throwing. There is a big weakness to this, and it's just that your limbs are far away from your body. I tried to get that there. It just felt very weird and uncomfortable. Now, when you're in that position where your limbs are far away from your body, your limbs aren't as strong because they're not actually connected to your body. If you guys have ever been into combat sports and done jiu-jitsu class, the first thing they teach you in jiu-jitsu is not to leave your arms on the mat. Simple reason is because your opponent can isolate a limb, and obviously their body's a lot stronger than your one limb. If you guys want a more descriptive video on how you should be throwing to throw harder based on you and your body type, watch this video up here. This is gonna tell you everything you need to know based on if you're a chest thrower, arm slinger, or ball two sooner. So which one are you? But make sure you watch it after you finish this video, all right? One misconception, which is actually number 4, one thing you want to unlearn is, I'm sure somewhere along your baseball journey, somebody told you not to pat your glove. Patting your glove is going to help with the L step and throw issue. If you guys are throwing anywhere with here, shuffling and throwing, then let's fix that up with a pat of the glove. Now, the reason why I'm asking you to pat your glove, if I pat my glove, the ball is centered. Boom, I'm here, I can shuffle, separate, and throw. So obviously, do not pat your glove 3 times before you throw the ball, because now that gives runner more time to get down the line. Pat your glove for timing purposes, but also know your runner. Have that internal clock so you know how much time you need to get this ball to first base. So we got some hands out of the way, it felt amazing. Now, we're about to go hit some lasers, so I'll meet you in the box. Ball. So we just finished training. Now we're about to go train some studs. So if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm so we can unlearn these things that we learned throughout our journey. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified anytime we drop a new video, all dedicated to help you become a better athlete on the diamond. So with that being said, you already know what time it is, right?
Time is now.
Hey.